feel like you clicked on this YouTube video because you're curious about how this YouTube thing works, or you're probably considering starting a YouTube channel. I was about 21 years old when I created my first YouTube video and started on this YouTube journey. At 70 years later and almost 200 videos in, I can sit back and reflect on my whole journey and just some things in the highs and lows that has got me to where I am today. Now, you're probably expecting me to say like, oh, I've made this much money and I have this many followers. That is just not my case. My YouTube journey has genuinely been a slow burn, but outside of the number growth, like subscribers and followers, and also the monetary growth, I think I've grown tremendously in other areas that honestly matter more and I can apply to other areas in my life as well. I wanted to make this video because I was reflecting, and if you're in this space currently or you're thinking about it, it honestly, there's no blueprint. Like, there's things you can do, there's advice you can take from other creators, but there's honestly no blueprint. And so as I've been watching and following other YouTubers, there are some that didn't, start making money until they were 10 years in. There are some who blew up within a year. It can be easy to get discouraged, but as I begin to reflect on things that I've gained and the growth that I've had over the years, I started to think about areas that I genuinely feel like I grew in and that I've been able to use in other areas of my life and that I'm super grateful for. And it's some of the reasons that keeps me coming back to YouTube every day. No, I don't have 500K followers and all that, but I have some other things that I think are pretty useful. One of the areas that stood out to me when I began to think about my journey, and an area that's improved the most, is honestly self-confidence. Creating is such a vulnerable space to be in. I mean, you're literally putting like your thoughts and your feelings into that piece, into that project, into that whatever it is. And then when you add another layer of like exposing that to the world and putting it out there for the world to see, it's like another layer of just doubt and fear that kind of creeps in and really will stifle your creativity if you allow it to. And there were times where I definitely allowed it to. Adding another layer onto that is all these other amazing people in that space who you're inspired by, but there are moments of just like, maybe I don't have as much to bring to the table, because look at what they're bringing to the table. And then you start to do the things that they're doing, thinking that's what's going to keep you at that table. And it's like, just build your own table, okay? So it really took some time for me to really deem myself as valuable in this space and to be confident in that and to create from a space of self-confidence so that I can create something that I was going to love and that I would be proud of and that I felt really resonated with who I am as a person and the story I wanted to tell. It wasn't until I made a conscious effort and decision to dive into my purpose and things that I was good at and who I was, and not what other people said I was or what I thought I wanted to be, but who I knew to be and what I was good at. It wasn't until I grasped that I created from that space of confidence, and it became easy. It was hard when I was trying to do stuff that other people were doing. Also, I ultimately knew that I was the answer to my success on this platform. There was a lot of things that I could control, and if I wasn't doing things that was authentic to me, that I enjoyed, that's going to be reflected in the content. And at the end of the day, I won't be satisfied with that. I'll go back in editing and I just wouldn't be satisfied. So really reflecting on what it is that I wanted and my purpose in this space allowed me to create from a place of confidence and authenticity and just really a level of enjoyment. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one that has to deal with the outcome, and I'm either going to love it or hate it. And so thinking about that as I'm creating has been really put into practice and has been a useful tool for me when I go to create something, or even in the planning stages. What am I geared, where's my mind geared towards when it comes to content? So self-confidence has really changed the way I create, and it's just visible. Not even just on YouTube, but on Instagram and my day-to-day and my conversations, all those things. So, yeah. Another area that I still struggle with here and there as seasons change is discipline and consistency. I found that it's really hard sometimes as different platforms change and kind of alter what's most important and what's relevant to kind of ebb and flow with that. But I will say my discipline and my mindset around discipline and consistency has changed so much since becoming a content creator on YouTube, and just over the years, like, it's ebbed and flowed. Something that kind of, I don't use this as like my baseline of creating, but it is something that motivates me to create and follow through on my ideas and thoughts and plans, is that if I don't do it, someone else will. Like, the job still needs to get done, whether I choose to say yes to my call or my idea, whether I choose to follow through with it, it's still going to get done. It may not get done right then, it may not get done in the exact same way, but the purpose will still be carried out. And there's nothing worse. There's things worse, but there's no feeling like when you have an idea or a concept and you look up, and because you were lazy or you took your sweet time or you made excuses, you look up and someone else has carried that vision out. Like, I've been there, and it's not fun at all. Granted, I still made the content, but it's just not fun. And I've made a vow to myself to continue to carry out those thoughts and visions and dreams that I have, and not just sit on those, because someone else will. Someone else will do it, and yeah, you won't like it. I know I don't like it, so I try not to be that person, and I try not to do that. So I've been working diligently to do what I say I'm going to do when I say I'm going to do it. And like I said, it ebbs and flows with the seasons of life. There's been so many transitions since 7 years ago. When I first started, I wasn't married. I was in school full time. I had 3 jobs. I wasn't an entrepreneur. I wasn't a mom. And today, all those things have shifted, and I have so many layers to me. And instead of like sitting on that, I've adjusted and made adjustments, and I continue to make adjustments, and my discipline has really improved. And another thing, I feel like this can be grouped into like multiple different areas, but this is my job. There were times where my husband would not be mad at me, but he would like have to tell me, like, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, why are you worried that they're looking at you? I mean, as I'm sitting here right now, and there's a bench across from me, and these people have just been staring at me, and I love it. Like, I hope they ask me what I'm doing after so I can tell them about me, but I'm not nervous at all. I don't feel self-conscious, because this is my job, this is my purpose, this is my duty. And so I need to move myself out of the way so that I can fulfill those things. And sometimes that looks like going outside in a park to record a video because I have a vision and I think this is the best way to carry it out, and not caring who's around and not caring who's looking at me, and not caring to film in public because this is my job. I don't know what that falls under. I feel like it falls under discipline, like discipline to say I'm gonna command my mind to like do what I'm supposed to do, but also like self-confidence, like be confident in who you are. This is your job. It's so interesting to look back on how I used to be versus now. Like, I really don't care where I record, in public or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of my mindset around that. I feel like I could go on and on about how I've creatively grown on YouTube, but I'll keep it basic. I will say that YouTube is literally like a blank canvas for me. I feel so free when I'm creating. I don't feel like I have any limitations. I can honestly create however I feel on there, from video angles to thumbnails to any text or music. It's been such a great source of trying new things, and also thinking outside of the box, also doing what I feel. If I want to switch up the music, if I want to switch up my colors, like, I can do that. So I'm really appreciative of that growth, and I know there's still more growth to be had. I've been in so many spaces throughout my life, and sometimes it just feels like something's missing or like I'm not reaching the right audience, and I will say that being on YouTube has helped me kind of fill that gap of feeling like those who need to hear it will find it. And I feel like YouTube allows that accessibility that other areas may not always allow, and because of that I've been able to encourage and inspire others, and also like walk in my purpose in the way that I'm supposed to. When I first started YouTube, I was, like I said, 21 years old in college. My then boyfriend, we were just like kids, and I saw this couple on YouTube, Diera and Ken, and then some other couples as well. Kind of just, YouTube was different back then, okay? It was like for fun, at least the people that I was following. It was for fun, and it was like pranks and all those things. And so I definitely started it from that place. It was a chance for me to like do fun things that I saw that I wanted to do, and I took advantage of that. And so I started my YouTube. And if you go back to those videos, you'll see those videos. They're fun, they're cool, and it's great memories to like reflect on. As time went on, I wanted to have fun, but then I also wanted to share more. Like, I had a conviction to like tell and share my story in its full authenticity. And some of that truth was that it is possible. Like, it's possible to be 22 and married happily. It's possible to be a full-time creative and entrepreneur. It's possible to be a young mom and wife who can still pursue her desires. It's possible to have standards and be in the world and be the influence. All those things are possible, and I wanted to share that because it was something that I wasn't seeing firsthand around me, and I felt like Eric and I both felt like that was part of our duty to like share that and to be that example of what authenticity looked like in our space. And so as that shifted, I began to gain more clarity, and through that, I've been able to inspire and do just what I set out to do. It's so fulfilling and such a reminder of that when someone inboxes me or sees me in person and they're like, oh my goodness, like, you inspired me to do this or to create something or to do my nails, or I want to know more about like what it's like, you know, working with your husband, or what it's like, where you, or like they just want to know more because it's a space that isn't talked about much. And also in our circle, it's not a common thing to live in 2 states and to be young and happily and married and all these things. And so I love being able to be that source and resource of information and inspiration, and also encouragement. Like, I want to encourage people that if you want it, and if you seek God, and if it's in His will, it's possible. At the end of the day, it's not really about me. All the things that I'm doing, even down to this video, it's not about me. It's about encouraging people that come across my content, and also it's about leaving a legacy. When I'm gone and when all is said and done, these videos will still be here. And so I've been thinking about what I want them to be like what do I want people to see in those videos years down the line when I'm not here. Like, what will I leave with them? And I want to leave a legacy of strength. I want to leave a legacy of possibilities. I want my kids to be able to look back at our lives and look at themselves and see what mommy and daddy did. And I want them to be encouraged through my life and through my story and through my determination, and yeah, all of that. And so all of that inspires me to continue to create YouTube videos. And it's also been some of the growth that I've experienced over the 7 years of creating on YouTube. So hopefully by the end of this video, you've either decided to start your YouTube channel or I don't know what this video will serve for you. Like, I don't know what purpose it'll serve for you, but I hope that it was useful for you in some way, whether it was to do something creatively that's going to expand you, whether it was to find something that'll discipline you and teach you consistency or build self-confidence, or whether it was for you to think about the legacy you're leaving. Like, when you're creating, what do you want to leave behind? Like, years from now, what do you want your kids or random people to see and to feel from the things that you create? I don't know, but I just wanted to share that and share with you my reflection over my YouTube journey, and I'm excited for more. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. So continue to follow along for the journey. Thank you for watching this video and all the noise that you may have heard. Yeah, I'd love to hear some of your thoughts below. If you have a YouTube channel, drop it below. I'd love to chat more. But I will see you guys in the next video, I guess. Bye.